how did you find the sweet spot to sell so well and so quickly? What was your sort of sales and marketing strategy?
I think we were fortunate enough. We had a great name because I think it took us a couple of meetings to agree on a name because we realized we did not have enough funds for marketing. And I think Black Like Me as a name, you take it anywhere in the world. Very easy name to sell because always in new markets, it creates a lot of excitement because people see it for the first time. They question, is there another political party starting or something? And now that's when you have an opportunity to engage. Then they realize, oh, it's a hair product. And there's always, it's a kind of brand that people talk about quite easy. So to really start the news on Black Like Me is the easiest thing. And one thing that we actually realized as the early stage of our life, our business career was this, what today we call corporate social investments. We've always believed, you know what, for us to really develop our company and our brands, let's really make this company, let's make black people believe that this company is theirs. So our marketing was always focused on really getting black people to take ownership of this business. You know, spend money in the communities and so forth. Not because we liked people or we want, it was a marketing tool, but fortunately at the same time you're spending money in the communities. I had established a relationship quite early with SABC. And you can imagine in those days, SABC used to be run by the Broederbond. And I actually managed to penetrate that to sponsor. Through a friend I discovered at the time in 85, 86, SABC was in trouble to sponsor some of their programs. And I had a meeting with the senior members of SABC, and I took Johan Kriel with me to go and talk to them that we can sponsor their programs. And we used to give SABC money to do programs and so forth. One of the things that we gave them money to, we started a program to educate people about beauty and so forth. And obviously you give them R500,000 those days. It was a lot of money. They'll give you 2 million rands worth of airtime outside that. The 17th of November, I get woken up 2, 3 in the morning that the factory is on fire. As I was approaching, I realized, God, something's not right here. When I got to this facility, I realized, you know what, we're not going to stop this fire, better to get the fire people to come and help. And by the morning of the 18th, the whole factory was completely burned down. Lost just over 10 million rands in this episode. And you couldn't really rebuild. And you can imagine November, that's a busy period in our industry. I ended up being the one comforting people crying because there was no factory left. And I had to really confront people because all of a sudden people realized they don't have jobs. Fortunate enough for me to survive because 2 weeks later I managed to really buy premises in Midrand. That time now, obviously, apartheid was collapsing. All of a sudden, there were opportunities for us now to go and buy property in the so-called white South Africa, you know. So managed to get the nearest place I could get, a factory I could immediately occupy was in Midrand. By end of November, I had a factory. But then it was obviously just an empty shell. I needed to buy equipment and buy bottles and just start all over again because everything went out in that fire. And that's obviously was the biggest nightmare of my life. I lost the market share because I think for almost a year, some of my key lines, I couldn't produce them. But fortunate enough, I had one product called, it was a pre-softening gel, step 1. The step 1 was big, man, and quite easy to make. You know, you make it in a drum mixing, quite easy to make and good margins. God,
what's the formula?
that product helped us to really keep the home fires burning, you know.
You also dream big. You think about the Colgate deal. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because the Colgate deal, which is about, first of all, coming out of the ashes, literally, of the fire in '93, you see an opportunity to take your business to the next level. And this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. So we know that this experience, 18 months later, you bought the company back. But could you tell us what were the learnings of those 18 months with Colgate?
By 1996, that's when I realized, the new South Africa, black economic empowerment and all this. And I said, Herman, you've got big problems here. If you don't do something, if you don't adapt, you're going to die. So I've had lots of companies wanting to buy my product, my company. So I had lots of offers. And in the process, that's when I got an offer from Colgate. And I think Colgate deal made sense because they said, look, we're happy not to take the entire company because we want you as part of the deal. So we're happy that we take 75% and you retain the 25%. And, we share the strategy on how using the international network, we can internationalize this brand. And I said, great. And 18 months into this marriage, God, hey guys, we've been losing money left, right, and center. How do we stop and arrest this losses and really get this business to start making money again? Then said, no, call my corporate advisor. Said, no, go and talk to Colgate to buy the balance of the 25%. I'm out of here, And then the process happened that 6 months later, I ended up being the one buying the 75%. But I had a real clever corporate advisor, Shane Ferguson. Shane put together a deal and Colgate accepted. We bought the business back from them. And 1st of August 1999, we took the business back.
Fantastic.
One aspect of my life that I found quite interesting and actually has helped me even now was the culture of saving. And that has helped me many times in my business career to be able to bounce back because from time to time I make mistakes or things just don't work out the way I've planned them to. Working as partners, there was always what we call corporate governance structures where the salaries we earn, all of us, there's no question of people just really taking money as and when they please. Because I think that's one of the big issues that you find with most of the entrepreneurs. There's just no disciplines in the beginning. The majority of the people want overnight success. As soon as there's money around, they want to take the money, go and spend it. So you offer to buy them. You increase your shareholding. Because people want to drive nice cars and they want to drive them now. So when you have cash, it helps you because, you have an opportunity to buy them out.